What's up, everybody? It's Joshua Lengfelder, CEO of Randonauts Co., creator of Randonauts, the viral movement of people just exploring hidden places that they didn't know about. We've been going for about 2 years now, I think, and we've searched the whole globe pretty much for hidden treasures, and we found some pretty interesting things. But as I was randoming this week, I had a thought of like, wherever you go and when your environment changes, it's almost like you change too. And like, you can really feel this like when you're in someone's house and you go from one room that has a certain ambiance to another room that has like a totally different ambiance. You feel different. And so like when you're randonauting, you're literally like learning about yourself by exploring the earth. And that's really interesting, so that you can explore your inner self by just paying attention to what's going on outside of yourself. Because ultimately it's all one thing and one energy field. That's the hypothesis anyway. But I'd like to thank all the newcomers, everybody who has been here before. We love our live stream watchers. We love integrating. I can't say the word. We like talking to you guys. We love that. It's like my favorite. I love talking to my people, because like if you're curious enough to go somewhere where you've never been before and you don't have a clue what's there, you're my kind of people, because it's just fun and it's just interesting, and it makes you want more, and it makes you wonder what else is out there, because there's so much. We have all of existence, instead of these like little algorithms on Instagram or whatever posting the same content over and over again. We have literally all of existence to go explore and take pictures of, and now put on the Discover feed. So if you haven't checked out the Discover feed, it's kind of like a novelty-based social media platform where we can like share our finds, and eventually we'll be able to sync up our finds. So if you found something similar to what someone else found, you'll be able to sync up with them. It's going to be really cool. And then we're going to have a lab section. And someone mentioned recently that they tried this, but they basically went randonauting with their friend who was like 1,000 miles away. And they and it basically worked. Their intention was like, I forget, it was Vicky. Hi everybody. But basically we're going to have a feature where you set your intention with someone, and it gives you like the same point on a radius, and you'll both go to that same point on that radius, even if you're thousands of miles apart. And due to the fractal nature of the universe, theoretically, we should get some interesting finds. So that's all going to go in the lab section. It's a whole new section of functions and just cool stuff to play with. Like, because right now we're searching just space. It gives you one snapshot in time of a random distribution of points. Soon, we're going to be searching space and time. So it's, instead of like going to an anomaly that was generated an hour ago, you'll be able to actually chase the anomaly around, because they actually move. And so you could actually go to the anomaly as it's being generated, which is super interesting. And we're actually very, very curious if there are any like kind of weird temporal effects that happen from that. So yeah, the Randonaut team is hard at work. Shout out to the dev team. They are so amazing. I mean, Tobias, Ziad, Taha, Usman, now Rehan, all of you guys. We love you guys so much. And Emily, Auburn, of course. Yeah, and thank you guys for going. I've seen so many people go out and buy this book. I went out and bought a copy actually in the bookstore, which was just mind-blowing that there was so many people buying this book in bookstores. And like, I was actually in a Barnes and Noble. I had never imagined that. So the way this show works is we go through probably hundreds of hours of Randonautica clips and find just the best, most entertaining ones. And we kind of talk about them with you guys and laugh at them, or, you know, point out how fake they are, or how real they look, or how they could be in the middle. We never really know. So I'd like to invite Derek on at this time. He's always good to have as a buddy.
What's going on, Joshua? How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Have a good week. I just moved, so we're kind of just organizing boxes and stuff.
That's always exciting.
Yeah.
New opportunities, new locations, new spots to Randonaut.
Well, yeah, what's crazy is I moved out to the country right when I started writing the book. And then right when the book came out is when I moved back to the city. It's just like, wow. It's weird. And if you look up the numerology of the house I was living in, it was like, this place is good for people writing books.
Really?
Yeah. It was just like I was meant to be there just to write the book. And that was it.
Well, cool, man. That's exciting.
That pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm happy to be back. Happy to see all the interactions in the comment section and stuff like that. A lot of people, return viewers and stuff. I saw a couple of people talking about it was their first time catching the live show. That's really cool.
We love that. We love our first time viewers. We hope you come back.
Yeah. Hey, Jackie, thanks for the shout out.
I like that comment before that was like it almost takes you into a new world, because that was the reason Randonautica was created. You have this kind of perceptual frame of reference of what the world is, and it's like everything you've ever seen or known. And we wanted to see what was outside of that frame of reference. So by injecting randomness, you make choices that you'd never make before, and you end up places that you never would have ended up. So that's a very spot on, Randonaut years, Alec years. I like that too.
Vicky says, "Bonjour, Derek. When I did your video, it took me to a golf course, a black Tesla, and 2 sets of railings. Ring any bells?" Not really personally for me. No, I watched it. I watched that video. Nothing really popped out specifically. Black Tesla. Because Vicky's the one she had done one for you, Josh, a couple of weeks ago. I forgot what she found on your trip, but she sent your attention.
She found a horse.
That's right. Yeah.
Chinese zodiac horse, and a Buddha head. When I had like literally been putting together a Buddha fountain earlier that day, that was like really weird. But yeah, so it's super fun to have you guys here. We hope you tune in. Please subscribe and hit the bell, because we don't always do it at the same time. It's usually around this time, but sometimes we switch it up.
Sometimes we do Thursdays, sometimes we do Fridays. Meredith here says, I'm going randonauting for my first time today in Dallas. Wish me luck. Meredith, good luck, and let us know how it goes. And if you go on your trip, if this is your first time going, you can actually submit your trip to us on randonautica.com/submit your trip. Sometimes you can send us photos or a video you take, or just tell us about your trip in general and stuff like that, and who knows, maybe you'll end up on the show and we can talk about it.
Best of luck. I'd say it's good to go in with just like no real intention, just kind of go with the flow and see what you find. So good luck, Meredith.
We are our own creators. That is true. Baffle 91.
So true. And you can have a good experience or bad experience, and it's all based on just your perception. We saw that last week with Tyler taking his daughter to that place in the woods.
Oh yeah,
she was totally despairing me. Yeah, it was just like a little
Delilah's house.
windy house or whatever. Like it was just like a little house, and she was like, "Don't touch it! You're gonna get cursed."
It
That's
has a little ballerina doll in there.
Yeah, and Tyler was just laughing.
So if you guys missed our show, you can still catch our show from last week. It's on our YouTube channel, and you can go back and you can watch that one in particular. It was a cool experience. Furry Possum says, "I love finding an intent from my couch when I don't feel up to going out. You can still find your intent on Google Maps, so this can be useful. This can be used by otherly able people." That's a good point.
It's true. It's very true. And I have spoken to a lot of otherly abled or disabled. I'm not sure what the proper term is, but people who can't go out and walk around, but they do use it on Google Maps, and they found like straight up glitches in the pictures when they were looking for glitches, and like they found like really weird stuff. So yeah, you can totally Google Map Randonaut. That is totally a thing. And what's cool is you can do it all over the world if you have the custom location
that's true
option turned on.
Yeah.
So that was a good intro. Thank you guys for corresponding with us. We love it. If you guys have any questions about the video or how anything works, or even any questions about me personally, I'd be glad to answer them. But for now, let's get into these super edited, the best clips that are available on the internet of Randonautica.
Really overselling it, man.
Hey y'all, it's Randonautica at lunchtime. Lunchtime Randonautica. And I've been racking my brain trying to figure out an intent, so I thought abandoned. How about abandoned?
Yeah.
Abandoned. Alright.
I really need one of those for my car.
Let's see here. Oh, it's taking me on this street before. 800 feet, destination's on my left.
Attention is abandoned.
That's how close I am. That's the school bus. Somebody behind me.
Of course, always be careful exploring abandoned places because they're not always actually abandoned.
Yeah.
Apparently this is
What the heck is this going on up here?
Yeah, I believe she's in
The
Portland.
heck, man? Oh, it's one of those tiny homes. Very cool.
That's pretty
Oh, it's
cool.
on my left.
He's like driving his little house around.
Right here in front.
That's cool.
It's like the opposite of an abandoned
Look at
home. It's a home you take with you.
Now that's awesome. I wouldn't mind living in that.
Like a tiny.
That would be cool.
I love the compass. That's so cool.
Especially if I had a truck to pull it around. Well,
That is so cool.
People have
Yeah, it's so
abandoned
spot on
their
for
books over here.
Randonautica.
There's the fig tree.
I love figs. I was just doing
And
something
they've
funny.
abandoned something in this box.
Oh, I love it. People
Weird.
always find these little libraries. I need to start putting my book in
It's
these
my treasure.
libraries.
Yeah, that'd be a
Oh,
good idea.
hiccups again.
Yeah.
My treasure intent. What? I should have said treasure. Look at that.
Interesting.
So I have here that she
Seriously, my
normally
treasure
sends her
intent's
intention.
popping up.
Yeah, she just said it there.
That's
She normally
cool.
sends her intention as treasure, and like
Oh,
other times she goes out.
I like it.
for abandoned means she
might
actually
take the ring.
has the treasure
I don't
one.
think I have anything to leave.
I'm interested in what the
I can
book
read
says.
something later.
All quiet on the western front.
Look at that. It's tiger eye. Pretty sure
Ooh.
unless it's wood.
Tiger eye.
Wow. These are cool. I don't wear earrings too often.
Yeah, I've ended up at quite a few of those little
I
libraries.
don't wanna
I'm
wear
gonna,
those.
I'm gonna get a case of my
Heavy and
books and
big.
start putting them in there.
But that's cool.
Definitely a cool little spot.
Definitely
rings are
really
cool.
cool. I kind of want to put one in front of
Look
my
at that.
house.
Can't believe
Yeah.
people left this. They've abandoned their treasures. That's awesome.
And there's some food,
I'm gonna
Mac and
take it as a
cheese.
treasure intent find. Look at that.
items that people abandoned for
Cool.
others to take.
Yeah.
So
That's all I wanted ever
pretty
to find
interesting.
was something like that when I was doing my treasure intent. That's
Cool
so
little
cool.
story.
Somebody's living in a little tiny home back here. Well,
That is so cool.
abandoned treasure. I found abandoned treasure.
And that is a totally talking
so happy.
walls. I mean,
Yeah. Right by those giant compass.
yeah.
These things just take
you
time.
couldn't sum up
I don't
Randonauts
know.
any better than that.
I don't have much time because I ate lunch first. And I guess some people like the Randonautica song.
Okay, so she's
It
got a
was fun.
song
It took
for
me-
us.
I didn't get to work on it every day or anything, but it took me a couple months.
Wow. Yeah,
I
so
can't wait to hear it.
she had written us a song. If you guys have watched before, you'll see that we've got some people submit some songs to us, some theme songs, some
Yeah,
potential theme
that's the
songs in the
most
future.
beautiful thing to me. Like, it warms my heart every time.
Yeah, we've played a couple on there. The first one we got was from a guy named, his name is Random, which
His
was
name
very
is
random. That
Random.
had a very
Yeah.
Santana vibe. And last time we played
Yeah.
one from Vicky Duncalf. Thank you,
Yeah,
Vicky. Shout out to Vicky.
We love that. I love
so-
that drop part.
Yeah, so this is another song that we're gonna play it later on during the show. So make sure you stick around for that. Tara Cunningham says, "I have her on YouTube. She does the Randonautica song. I love it. She is so nice." Oh, it's good to hear.
Hi, Tara. It's good
Yeah.
to see you here live.
That was a cool little trip though. Like you come
Yeah,
there and you
it's-
find the like little hidden treasure. I think it's a really cool story because like if she wears like those rings or bracelets or whatever, it's a good talking point for people like, oh cool, like, oh, I like that ring. Where'd you get it from? She has a cool story to go along with that.
And
It's
it
not
could,
just like, oh, is that the
could
store?
affect her life
Yeah.
like years down the line.
Mhm.
Like just like having that ring or whatever could cause some butterfly effect that she doesn't even know. So yeah, sure. We'll take some questions if there are questions.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions as we go along, make sure you drop them in the comments section. We'll try to get to them. This one's from the Rando fam. What are the chances of being took to the same location twice? This happened to us last week. We done one intent, then another two, and our last one took us back to where we did our first one. So
I
they
actually have the answer to this somewhere. Newton answered it like with the actual statistics. So I did the math. He said, oh, it's okay. So I did the math. In the end, it turned out to be ratio of squares of destination and search areas. So for the destination spot with 3 meter radius within a circle of say a 3 kilometer radius, it would be 9 out of 900,000. The chance is 1 in a million. So if it's it's about 1 in a million. Yeah. If the destinations are within the line of sight, 90 meter radius, or even more accurate, like 1 in 10,000 chance.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you're like within 3 meters of the same spot in a 3 kilometer radius, that would be like about 1 in 1 million. If you are within 90 meters of the radius, it would be 1 in 10,000. That's pretty interesting. And people often report having similar persistent anomalies, we call them persistent anomalies, because they seem to persist and like kind of like want you to go there for some reason. So
I'm curious what the intent was for both intents there. So Random fam, if you're comfortable sharing those, let us know. If not, that's totally fine too. Reefer Review says, here's a question for you. I am continuing my quest to understand my recurring dreams, and I've been using the app to do so. Any ideas how to best use it for that purpose? That's cool.
Yeah, well, obviously, if you want to do dream research, you obviously know that you need to write your dreams down as soon as you wake up. That's going to be very important. And the journal in the back of the Randonautica book is perfect for this because you can kind of write your dreams down and your adventures and see if any of them align. I've actually gone randonauting in a dream before.
Really?
It was a lucid dream, yeah. And I became lucid, and I looked at my hands, and I was like, oh, I'm lucid and I'm dreaming. And so I pulled out my phone, and the app didn't look the same, but it was Randonautica.
Did you get decent reception in Dream World?
Yeah,
sure,
I did.
Does it depend on who your provider is? Yeah. Okay.
And then when I got to the point, it exploded with like stuff I consider like Randonautica imagery to me, like the drum, the snake, the owl. And I remember a silver owl amulet landed at my feet, and I remember picking it up and looking at it. So I would say if you want to go further into like Randonautica dream research, I would say try to go randonauting in your dreams and see what picks up.
Yeah, very cool. Dexadax says, do you think that visualization of your intent is important, or are your words good enough?
I think visualization is an important part of the process for some people. But not everyone, because like not everyone is good at visualization. Like I'm not very great at visualization. I'm more about like embodying the state that I want. So like feeling the intent. And I'm not that great at visualization. So if I want to find something weird, I wouldn't just like imagine it. I would try and kind of like embody what it would feel like to experience that.
That's an interesting question. I randomly came across a video yesterday about somebody who was interviewing people. I forget what the term is, but people that actually they don't have the ability to visualize. Like they can't picture things in their heads, which I didn't know was an actual condition or whatever.
Yeah,
apparently there's people that are like that. I'm like, oh, and I came up and I saw it like yesterday or something like that. I'm like, that's weird. I don't know why it was in my recommended videos. And of course, we have a question about visualization.
Of course,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's so weird because I have like 20/20 vision, but I'm not that great at visualizing things. Whereas I can't hear very well, but I'm a pretty good musician. So it's like,
other random fan bot followed up with us. They say our first intent was random, blue, and our last intent was something sad, and it took us to the same location just across the road.
I mean, it's like the blues, man.
Yeah, blues and sad. They go
together.
All right, cool.
It's great.
Yeah, as we go on, we move on to the next video here. But like I said, if you guys have any more questions or comments, like as we're watching the videos and stuff, be sure to drop us a comment. We'll try to get to them. Get some more questions later on. Video number 2.
Today we're doing something a little different. We're going to do Randonautica with my grandson.
All right, I love it when it brings
because I'm here visiting.
Together.
We're close to a military post, but this is an app that takes you to do special things that you want to do. It sends you where you're finding by your coordinates. So we're going to see what happens. And of course, we're in Louisiana, so it's pouring rain.
Okay,
so we're just going to see what happens. So just stick with us, and we'll tell you the rest as we go. Okay, so what it does is we put in for a power anomaly because we don't know what we're doing. And it takes you to certain coordinates. And you put your distance in, and this is what it will take you to.
So their intention is power.
Then it gives you directions to those coordinates.
Interesting.
So we're going to find out where it takes us. Welcome to Honor Field. This is where they run their 2 miles? 2 miles for their PTs. Interesting, huh?
That's very interesting.
This is what it shows you why it's called what it's called, Honor Field. It is because it was originally prisoners of war camp during World War II.
This is what's so cool. Like,
and this shows you all about
never know that unless you pull
So
up
yes,
there.
I say we found power.
Yeah, intention fulfilled.
Here we have all the Louisiana recipients of the Medal of Honor.
Wow. Very cool.
That's literally like military power.
Both living and deceased. Yep, we found something, didn't we? Might not have been And this is about in honor of Private First Class Milton L. Olive III. He was born on my grandson's birthday in 46, and he died on October 22nd. And I'm getting shit all over me. I just stepped in ants. Yeah, we found the real power of the ants.
I hate it. I hate fire ants.
Yeah. They're powerful though. They can lift like 50
They're
pounds of weight.
powerful.
They're
So
pretty
yeah,
powerful
that was
insects.
extremely powerful. Like, so it used to be like a prisoner of war camp.
Yeah.
That's like, you know, an embodiment of
Prisoners of war,
prisoners
POWs.
of war. Yeah,
POW.
POW,
Power.
POW. And then there's like
So her grandson enlisted before this. He just enlisted
and his
in the
birthday was
services,
the
and they come
same as
across
that
the guy that
guy's.
same exact birthday. It's pretty crazy.
That is crazy. That one is extremely interesting.
Vicky says, "What a majestic and poignant interpretation of power." I agree.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's what's blowing my mind right there.
The grandson birthday.
The coincidence between the grandson's birthday, because that's like very quantitative. You know, you could say, oh, they're both blue, but it's like, no, it's the exact same date.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of that? That'd be crazy.
Yes, Renz, it's very powerful. Yeah, very cool experience.
Yeah, I really like that one. Thank you so much for sending that in. Yeah, we love stuff like this. Like, This is my favorite kind of stuff. Like, yeah, so they definitely exited the stasis field and went into a new kind of reality where things started kind of cohering and coincidences started happening.
Very cool experience.
Magical rabbit hole experience. Yeah, that was really cool.
And it's cool to like go out like with family members and stuff like that, especially
yeah, I love
like
seeing family.
The dynamic of like grandmother and grandson is cool too, because like you get a lot of siblings that go together, which is awesome, but like kind of cool seeing like two like completely different generations.
Yeah, and how the intent might be affected between different generations. Did you get the quinto?
The quinto. I never know how to pronounce that one, but hey, man, it's okay. Better late than never, right?
Ready for the third video?
Yep.
Hello in near shadows.
Pulling up here in just a second. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we're doing the Randonautica. Nasea's gonna hold the camera at the road. We picked a destination or an intent of sheep, and we are on the way. We picked up snacks. Probably want to hold that with the other hand so you can eat snacks.
In a quarter mile, you will arrive at your destination.
Some sheep music right here.
So they're intention sheep.
This is such a weird location. I'm not gonna lie.
So they're weirded out. That's a good sign.
I see horsies.
You have arrived.
I see no way! Oh my god!
What? If you see ambulance.
They're sheep! Shit! Sorry, I don't mean to cuss. They're sheep. Oh my god.
Well, they're sheep is
I kid you not, they're sheep.
so cool.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I love it. Okay, hold on. This will probably have to be edited because this is too cool. Okay, let's see if we can see it through here. Look! Okay, I'm gonna zoom in, guys. This is our point.
Yep.
We are here. Do you see those sheep? This is our point. How perfect is that? That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I don't know why I had us go in a weird roundabout and change our location, but there's our sheep. I love it. It's so great. So happy we see sheep. Definitely made our day.
Very cool. Not a spot I would expect to see sheep out there in the middle of the desert when they're driving around.
I mean, that's the crazy part is she didn't manifest sheep within her radius. There was already sheep within her radius somewhere. And by setting her intention as sheep, she influenced the probability that she would find the sheep. So she didn't just make those sheep poof out of thin air, but she increased the probability that she could find sheep.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could tell her. You go ahead.
Honestly, when she first was like, "Oh my gosh, she's freaking out," I'm like looking, I'm like, is she gonna pull something where like, oh, that cloud kind of looks like a sheep? I thought it was gonna be something like a real big stretch, like you know, sometimes because you interpret things different way, like, oh, like this could be considered this. So I was like, she's freaking out, and I said, oh gosh, and then she turned on like, oh no, she saw like actual sheep.
Yeah. Vicky, I love doing it for happy and fun, intense as well. It's a good way to cheer yourself up. As I think I've mentioned this before, but there's a peer-reviewed paper showing that going to novel places actually does make you happier. So like it's scientifically proven that randonauting makes you happier. So
that's awesome. I love seeing positive ones.
Yeah, I love seeing positive ones. Especially like ones where people like her, she was just mind blown and she just started like laughing so gleefully because at the end of the day, we're like, it's play. That's the reason Randonautica is a game. Is it's play. So so she, you know, was playing Randonautica and actually found sheep when she was looking for sheep. That was so great. So
it was very cool. Love stuff like that.
Very happy.
Looks like we
take another question.
I think we might have another question. Here we go from all of our regulars. Jennifer Samples. She says, "Is there any research or info about the number of people tapping into the quantum randomness consciousness bubble, increasing the overall power of the collective consciousness worldwide?"
So the Global Consciousness Project by Roger Nelson. What he did was he put random number generators all over the world, and they would scan for anomalous activity between these random number generators. And apparently during 9/11, he saw a spike in these random number generators cohering. Now, I've read some criticisms of this study. So it's not like 100% true, but this is something that we're interested in doing is because once you get enough random number generators around the world, you can start to see if they start to cohere. So instead of being like totally random, they start to kind of like be similar in their output. So these are experiments we want to try ourselves because like the Global Consciousness Project claims to kind of do it, but we want to do it ourselves to see like if it's true or not. We wrote about this in our book, so that's a good question that gets answered in our book. Yeah, and randonauting to raise the vibrations. That's what we're gonna do. Like, and not only in physical randonauting, but like mental randonauting through time. We're gonna like raise the vibrations of the planet basically by basically time travel using your mind. So that's something cool to look forward to in probably 2022, the beginning of 2022. So yeah.
Very cool stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, if you guys got any more questions, let us know. We're gonna go right into video 4 now.
Sounds good.
We're going to do some Randonautica.
Random thingy.
I think it always has a good scary feeling and atmosphere when you do it at night time, but I suppose you can do it any time of the day. What do you think to think for?
Maybe something creepy.
It's got to be something creepy, but like if you could do like a death or
yeah, I wouldn't suggest.
That's a body.
Yeah.
a body. Not find a dead body.
No, actually. Well, to be honest, if there would be a dead body, it would already be found.
Let's try a body, see what happens.
So we're going for body.
Power, body, generate. think about body?
Body is not necessarily a bad intention.
They did say creepy and death as well, which we usually try to like try to say don't go for that kind of
So we're
stuff.
gonna head out
Yeah,
to the
because
first
you could
location,
literally
think
manifest
about
your
body,
own death.
and we'll see what happens. We'll see what
Let's hope there's nothing dead.
So we're back on this bridge, guys, and of course the Randonautica that we are looking for. What was the thing again? Body.
Yeah.
Body.
Yeah, we just thought we'd throw that out there and just say body, because you never know. It brought us to them garages. Don't know where it could be. Obviously we've checked the garages out as much as we can because there's fences in the way, so we can't really get too close to them. We have to take a good look around. I mean, there's train tracks here, so thinking about body and then it bringing us to a train tracks is a little bit dodgy, if you ask me. There's the cemetery as well. Hope maybe no one dug up a body and left it somewhere. Look how close we are to the train tracks. I could literally jump that and be on there. It's crazy.
Like a network of
Great place
train
for
tracks
train
that can be considered a body.
Either way, guys, we're going to go check around the area as far as we can, really. I'm not going to go too far because the car is in a really dodgy area. I've moved it, obviously, but it's still in a really dodgy area. Might as well just have a look over that wall because, of course, we're after a body.
I can't see, I'm so
Can't see nothing over there. To show you guys over where I'm looking. No bodies there.
But maybe at the same time someone dropped off here.
You never know, that's the one.
Because that bridge is...
Oh, what's that? Oh my god.
How is that?
Ugh. What is it supposed to be? Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I wouldn't touch that.
Not even with your shield.
Yeah.
Serves you right.
This is on?
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's great. Well, that definitely made somebody very happy at some point.
Faster. That is really weird.
Yeah, I'd say so. I wouldn't.
Why would we even need something like this for?
I have no idea why is it split open in the bum crack.
Why is it split up in? Oh, well,
Can't think of better not to ask.
yeah, I wouldn't. Ugh.
Seriously, guys, we've just started the Randonautica and we've asked for like body, bring us to a body. That's just weird.
To be honest, it's a bit disgusting.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a bit
That's
disgusting.
what you get.
Bum cheeks are ripped open. I don't think what someone's been doing, but whoever starts molded on needs to do some squats.
Man, what a discovery!
Serves him right for trying to look for something creepy because Randonautica really.
I mean, it's
will
creepy,
lead
but
to
not in the
funny.
just in a different way, man. That's creepy stuff probably going on with that lower torso out there in the woods by these train tracks.
The fact they had to like dispose of it by these train tracks, like that's
Yeah.
At least it was in a funny way, not like a tragic way.
Yeah. Well,
that was
yeah.
Yeah. So
if anybody watching, if that's your those butt cheeks belong to you or whatever, let us know. We'll try to contact the people and get them back to you.
Yeah, free of charge, free shipping.
if you're anybody who hangs around train tracks doing sketchy stuff with fake bodies.
Oh man, imagine if they walked up while the person was disposing of that.
That's not what it looks like. Oh man,
yeah, it's true. You'll never know what you're gonna find. That's what's so great about Randonautica.
You know, Randonautica has a sense of humor. I never realized it had that cheeky sense of humor, though.
Yeah, it does have it really does have a cheeky sense of humor.
Ren's Bubble says someone literally laughed their ass off. Yeah, I'd say so. Josh is cracking me up.
So good. It's just their like body. Yeah,
bum rush hour. Man, oh.
That's what you get ever think about dead bodies, and I mean it is kind of a dead body. It's literally like a body that's not alive, like or part of one.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
Yeah.
the thing is that the horrors that thing has seen over the years.
Yeah, his face on that lad still. He's traumatized.
I'm hoping they left it there.
No,
I hope
they
this is not a
definitely took it
situation
over
where
the
you want to pick it up
trophy.
and bring. Because I know we normally only take a trash bag with you and clean up areas you go to and stuff like that. This is a scenario where we'd be okay with you just leaving it there and not taking that home with you. Because not only would that just be disgusting, but it might be evidence of some kind of weird twisted crime too that you just don't want to be involved with. Oh man.
Yeah, Tyler, like I do think that the app has some kind of autonomy or something, and it's capable of making humorous jokes. I honestly do, because just stuff like this has happened so many times. But actually, this isn't the first one of these I think we found. If I remember correctly, people have found like weird sex toys in the woods before. So
yeah.
If
you find any weird sex toys, make sure you hit us up at randonautica.com/submit your trip. We'd love to just add it to our collection of weird videos and pictures and a whole collection of random sex toys. Yeah,
that was truly surprising. I mean, I was surprised. They were surprised.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. I mean, where else can you find content like that?
I don't know. You probably have to go to the dark web to find more content like that, I would think. That kind of stuff.
Good. The dude's face at the end, he was just like, oh no.
Yeah.
And he was touching it with his boots. My God, man. You gonna throw those away afterwards?
Oh.
Sheesh.
All right. I think I need to cleanse my mind's palate with something more refreshing and positive.
Yeah,
not
please.
something so
please.
Whatever that was. Let's move on to video number 5.
We're just gonna go randonauting. I'm gonna pick up my friend Harrison without asking, really, and make him come
randonauting with me.
It's going to be magical and
logistical.
Is that a word? Logistical?
Come outside, loser. We're going randonauting.
Why are you wearing a polo?
What do you mean?
Just questioning.
Do you have something else to wear?
No.
Just didn't know the vibes. It's good, loser.
Oh, we're going randonauting.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
My charger. I wrote my charger.
Basically, randonauting is like, we're gonna set an intention, like what we want to see, and they're gonna give us a random point, like
anywhere, like here.
And we're gonna drive to it and see if we find like our intention.
Okay.
So it tells us our current location and it says,
let's search.
So first we should do an attractor, like that's like, I don't really know what it is, but that's what everyone else does.
An attractor.
Okay, let's do an attractor.
I'm kind of nervous again. I'm hoping we can have a good experience this time, but things can get weird. I've seen that.
We should do 2 points.
Let's do a couple, yeah.
Let's do 2 points.
Yeah, it's always
right
good
now.
to get a chain of points.
I'm scared. I'm fine. What do you want our intention
Wait,
to be? You could do like a color, you could do whatever. Feeling.
An intention? I'm gonna say active people getting active. Let's say running, riding a bike, skateboarding.
Okay, get active. We have to manifest it. So we're gonna like take a second. Imagine like how you would feel getting active. Imagine like people
running, swimming, jumping. Running, swimming, jumping. Triathlon. Pole vault.
Pole vault. We're finding our location. Maps. Okay, it's 8 minutes away. Are you excited?
I'm excited.
It's a dead end.
You're lying.
Stop, Harrison.
Oh, this is the dead ass end. Yo, that pot with the flowers in it got lips.
This is where it brought us. That pot right there has lips. I don't know what that means.
Man,
also,
really
over
cool.
this rail, like behind these apartments, is a literal golf course. You said people being active.
Yeah. The golf course is just on the other side of that road.
He is wearing a
peach
PG
rail.
Yeah.
We out here, but we not there.
We're not out there, like we're close to the activity. Okay, that was like kind of successful. So that works out. So we're doing one more. Our last one.
Uno mas.
Our intention is going to be yellow. Sponsor me. We don't have any services.
Sir.
Like the sun.
SpongeBob.
Yeah, I love how they're, making
Like
associations
how yellow makes you feel.
to their intent.
Okay.
Like, this is was really
I'm
good.
nervous. I'm not nervous. Yellow? Yellow's a pretty friendly color.
We're going to a house.
Let's just...
Vamonos down the road.
It's like
Editing
5
is all
minutes
over the
away.
place.
Wait, I'm actually shook.
That's yellow.
That, all of the whole thing of it is yellow.
Wait, I'm actually like shaking. Like, no way. No way!
That's crazy. And this is where it told us to go? Right here!
That's insane. No,
That's
Like, right, it told us to come right here. And across the street, the house itself, like the house is completely
yellow.
Yeah.
like it's a yellow house. Like it is that's a yellow house.
Completely
With
and
yellow
utterly
flowers. That's
Wow.
a yellow house.
That's so crazy.
That is a yellow house.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I was
Feels
thinking
good
like,
when you hear it.
some yellow lights, some yellow signs, whatever. It took us to a yellow house.
It took us to a
Yellow.
house.
I think the house is yellow.
Can see that? I'm looking really sus right now.
Kind of not look sus.
But that's a yellow house.
Yeah, it looks
And it has
very
yellow
yellow.
flowers on it. That's a yellow house. Like, that is yellow. The house is just yellow. It has 2 pots of yellow flowers. Like, it brought us directly here.
Like, I didn't drive forward, I didn't drive backwards. Like, this is exactly where we're supposed to be. And that's the yellow house.
That's weird. Nah, that's different.
I'm like kind of creeped out. You take a little second.
Honestly, after the yellow one, I don't have words for that. Like, that was weird.
I was like, we can't go back.
Nah, that's
We can't do another
That's
one.
my favorite.
That was good. I love the vibe of that one. I love the feel of it. It's so positive. It's very
They
high
were
upbeat
totally
energy.
vibing.
Yeah.
They were, aware that there could be creepy things, but they were still trying to stay on a positive path. And when their intention was fulfilled, it was very yellow.
Very yellow, yeah.
Congratulations.
And like even before, like it's the active thing, and it brought them like they couldn't get to the golf course, but she knew that it was right on the other side of that, and him being dressed exactly like a
Basically
golfer.
like
He's
a
got the
golfer.
polo shirt. He's got his hat is literally a PGA hat.
Yeah. That's so interesting.
That was
So,
cool. Then taking them
that's
directly to a
something
yellow
that,
house.
like, if you were to document your Randonaut trip and then put it in the Discover feed that we're coming up with, there's some people who are in the beta. I think you would post that I said my intention is yellow and took me to this yellow house, and it would actually show the location that was generated, and so there would be no fakery about it. So this is really cool.
Very cool. Jennifer Sample says they're having that disorienting moment where you have to try to consolidate if you are losing your damn mind or spooky universe.
Yeah, I think we're all about to have to go through that in a major way pretty soon. I had mine a couple of years ago. So yeah, this was a brilliant one. I really enjoyed that one. Their energy, their vibe. Everybody go follow their channel if that's what they want. So if there's another question, I would like.
We take your questions here. Mandela Man, Josh, when did you first realize that randomization actually increases the chance of synchronicities to happen? Random and synchronized are 2 opposing things and meanings.
Yeah, this is an interesting question because as soon as I started using Randonautica, like in its early days, I found this drum. I don't have it with me, but I found this drum like super early, like my 3rd trip. And then I would keep going back to this place, and it was just like a really weird place, like where how with crop circles, the grass is laid flat. The grass would always be laid flat. And I went back another time with my best friend, and there was like a snake pendant just like hanging right in front of his eye on a vine directly across from the drum. And we were really freaked out by that because we've had like weird snake experiences. And then I went back again, and I almost stepped on a red rattlesnake. I didn't even know there was red rattlesnakes in Texas until I almost stepped on one and he rattled his tail at me. I still remember those black eyes staring into my eyes, just deep into my soul. And it permanently changed my awareness. So yeah, pretty soon. It's an experiential thing. I think if you use it and you like use it for that reason, you'll pretty soon realize that randomness makes synchronicities pop up. I like to call them non-random events. So that's how I kind of, since they seem opposed to each other, instead of a random event, it's a non-random event.
Very cool. Looks like we have another question here. We can pull up here in just a second.
I'm still cracking up at the wet cheeks.
Tara Cunningham says, can being an empath go hand in hand with Randonautica?
Yeah, I think so. Like being intuitive or being empathic, like you get this like kind of pull towards certain places, or like I found stuff deviating from where Randonautica told me to go, just based on like my heart and like where my heart told me to go. So yeah, I think the two can definitely go hand in hand, especially if you're talking to other people on your journeys. You can kind of connect with people, and it's a good way to just connect with people, I think. So yeah, I think they definitely go get hand in hand. And I'm interested to see if we could scientifically measure if people who claim to be empathetic could influence the random number generators more than people who do not. That would be an interesting study.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. Well, looks like it's that time for Reddit Roundup.
Okay, I love these.
So if you guys aren't familiar, we do have a pretty strong Reddit community, sub-community. What's the proper word for that? We're big on Reddit. Subreddit, that's the one.
Yeah. 150,000 members strong. Yeah. It's been going on since the beginning, and so like the vibe is way different. It's not a lot of the scary stuff. It's more just like
the serious Randonaut people who take it seriously.
Yeah, exactly.
So this first one here, their intention was an interesting place. And so at first glance, I thought this was just like a little spot in the woods. And then you look up there, and there's a head in the trees there. I don't know, David, if we can zoom in any more on that.
That is
it's like a random head just kind of like floating there.
Very weird, a disembodied head.
Yeah, I don't know what it's made of. I don't know how it got there.
There's so many ways you could interpret that. I hope
it's not missing its ass and left it over by train tracks. We might have to reunite the two of them.
I hope the rest of them get violated.
Someone left their sex doll on the train tracks, and a train ran it over and split it in half, and ass went one way and the head went flying somewhere else. Hope that's not the case.
No, probably not, but
probably
it is
not.
Interesting, like the just a head, kind of like maybe it means that something or someone is watching over them. Maybe it could be.
Very, very possibly. All right, the next one here. They say that they're brand new to this. Their intention was money, and then the generator spot is right next to an ATM.
Interesting. Yeah.
So if
there's an ATM in your area, if you're in a like city area, it's a pretty good chance that there's going to be ATMs like all around you. So that's pretty good. I would say that since you're brand new to this, using a pseudo blind spot would be not the thing to do if you're looking for an intention. The pseudo blind spot is not supposed to be influenced by intention. Of course, in like the 1950s, when they first started doing experiments about this, they did use pseudo randomness, but it works better with quantum random sources. But as long as you're in the vicinity of the pseudo randomness being generated, which is your phone, it could be mind responsive, I believe. But yeah, that's very, very on point. And I would be super surprised if that happened to me.
Yeah. And it said, I saw somebody on there, they asked if they went to the actual point. And then the person said, no, it was in the middle of a high traffic road. Like this, they're very new to this. It was their fourth time trying to generate a location, but it was the first time they actually read the instructions and provided an intention. So reading instructions is pretty important because they were just generating points. We're like, what does this do? And then they read the instructions like, oh, there's an intention you're supposed to do. And then they said their intention is money, and then took them to the ATM. So I'm curious what if they had sent intentions from the beginning, what the other locations would have taken them to.
Right. Yeah,
reading instructions is important, people.
Yeah, especially with Randonautica, because we have a lot of jargon and a lot of stuff to kind of read up on. But if you join the community, which is one of the perks of being a pro Randonaut, is you get to join this community of people who kind of like are serious about randonauting, and we have like a Telegram channel where we all chat and share finds.
Very cool.
If that interests you, definitely become a pro Randonaut.
Absolutely. So this next one here, there it is. They said my first intentions is their first one as well. They said it as Matrix, and I found this Matrix code ring door of about a 40-plus-year-old abandoned house. So the movie The Matrix, you know, is very famous for like the binary, like green, like numbers falling down or whatever that's what they mean by the Matrix code ring. Definitely kind of feels that vibe. I feel like if you were, it looks like the Matrix thing. If you guys know what I'm talking about,
yeah,
the green binary stuff falling down.
It reminds me of it in an organic way. It's really cool. That's like a really interesting symbolic image. Like, it's the Matrix, but in an organic fashion. Yeah. That's so cool. Very cool. Yeah. I like that. I like that interpretation too. Yeah. Because like I don't know if I would have like made that connection right away if it was me myself like going there or whatever and finding it. Like, oh cool, some plants. But like after they pointed that out, I'm like, man, that is exactly like the big reminder of that part there. Do we have time? Sometimes you gotta use your imagination. Yeah. Just being open to things, you know, that pop up, and then how to interpret them and all that. Yeah. Well, I would say great watch with Josh. I mean, do we have any other questions or anything? I think. Let's see what we got going. Wrap up. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna. Looks like we have time. Yeah, we got to get to the song here. These are the highlight of my week. Yeah. If you are an artist and you'd like to write a song about Randonautica, go for it. It brings beauty and majesty to my week. I love hearing songs about Randonautica. Yeah. So we met this person. The first video we watched today was from Random Jolly. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name on here, but she was the first one. She was the one who found the abandoned treasure over in Portland and all that stuff. And she said like, oh, some people have heard the songs, whatever. So this is the song from that. And she submitted it to us. So yeah, let's check it out.
One tear rolled down my face and then I got all snotty.
So good.
Drive my how we thrive on the things that touch us. Could be a breeze, could be a gust, could be a hit, could be a bust.
It's so cool. It reminds me of like Crosby, Stills and Nash or something. Like John Denver.
One thought rolled through my mind and then I got all thoughty. Started driving my hour thriving.
She sounds like she is.
That pull us in.
Yeah, and there's a sheep right there.
It's just the best, could blow your mind. We manifest, what will you find?
And the song is longer. We cut it down a little bit. Cut out a section.
Yeah, we cut out
some of it. Make sure you check out her full video.
So brilliant.
It's catchy, man.
I know.
I love the
she
live
just-
performance aspect of it too. You
She
know,
just put so much heart into
she's
it.
got a good voice.
I can't.
One smile of gratitude, and how I want to thank them.
You're very
Touch an
welcome.
Auburn original Randonauts,
Giving you an Auburn the shot out there.
so
I love
much
it.
food for thought.
That's what it's for.
The app in the book I bought. Official
Thank you.
guide
This is so
to
good.
Randonautica.
So if any other musicians have Randonautica songs that pop into their head from being inspired by Randonautica, do the randonautica.com/submit your trip. That was amazing and beautiful. I'll probably go back and listen to it later today.
Yeah, very cool.
That
Yeah,
was
like
very cool.
we've asked for songs a while ago. That's our third song we've got.
Yeah,
I'm
we had
loving all of them, man,
Random.
so-
The guy named Random.
Guy named Random sent his, the Santana kind of
one.
vibe.
Yeah.
Vicky Duncalf sent hers last time.
Yeah.
We got this one. So like, if you guys are out there and like if you guys any kind of like musically inclined, even if you're not, and just want to give us like, you know, whatever, any kind of ideas that pop in your head and want to send us something.
Yeah.
We'd love to feature it on the show and kind of like, I don't know, I love all the love we're getting for it and stuff.
It brings so much beauty. It just brings so much beauty, and it really like shows that people like in their hearts really connect with Randonautica. So
yeah,
I love it. That was beautiful. We had a wonderful show, Derek.
Yeah, what a great way to end the show too. A beautiful song and just like
yeah,
a lot of positive
it
stuff
was
to
a good refresher from the train butt cheeks.
Yeah. That's true. We had a pretty big variety of stuff today, from butt cheeks to
you can never
beautiful
predict
songs.
Randonautica.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us today. We
Okay,
appreciate all the comments.
Yeah, thanks for sharing everything. Join the movement. Follow us at Randonautica app on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, go to randonautica.com for merch and all kinds of good stuff. Derek, thanks for being a Randonautica buddy.
Of course, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, that was great. So thank you guys, especially our first timers. Thank you for joining us live.
Yeah,
And,
our next show is next Friday, August 27th at 1 p.m. So make sure you stay tuned. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also make sure you click that little notification bell. This way you can get alerted when we're going live or if anything changes. Sometimes we have to switch the schedule around. This way you guys know so you can catch the show live. I know we had a couple people that showed up a little later today. You can be on time if you have clicked the little notification bell. So
yeah,
make sure you follow us and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yeah, lots of love to all you guys. Thank you very much for supporting us.
All right.
Peace, love, and empathy. All right. Thank you.